Have you ever wondered what goes on in space?
There are 8 planets in our solar system. In this unit, we are going to learn about them all. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune.
But first, we're going to talk about the center of our solar system, the Sun.
All the 8 planets in the solar system orbit around the Sun. Therefore, the Sun is considered to be the center of our solar system. It is the biggest star in our solar system. We live on planet Earth. Planet Earth is the only planet known to have life. Earth is mainly composed of rocks and water. It has one moon that orbits it. Let's take a second to review what orbit and rotate mean. Let's try to think back to what orbiting and rotate mean. When something is rotating, it is simply staying in place and spinning round and around. When something or someone is orbiting, they are going around an object.
Whoa, I'm dizzy. If the Earth is always rotating and orbiting around the Sun, why don't we get dizzy? Well, that's because the speed at which Earth is orbiting, it remains the same. So we don't feel a thing. But that's a lesson for another time.
Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun. It is very hot in the daytime, but freezing cold at night. Although it is the closest planet to the Sun, it is not the hottest planet. Mercury is the smallest planet in the solar system. 1 year on Mercury is only 88 days on Earth. Next is Venus. Venus is the second planet from the Sun, and is also the hottest. The weather on Venus is really hot, dry, and windy. The layers of clouds that surround Venus trap in the heat, and that's what makes Venus the hottest planet. 1 year on Venus is 225 Earth days.
Can you guess what planet's next? I'll give you a clue. It's a place we call home, and the only planet that serves pizza.
You guessed it! The third planet from the Sun is Earth. Earth is the only planet known to support life. Did you know that roughly 71% of Earth's surface is covered in water? Up next is Mars. Mars is the 4th planet from the Sun. It is also called the red planet because it is covered in reddish dust. 1 year on Mars is about 686 days on Earth. That's almost 2 years. Mars is the last of the inner planets.
Now, let's take a quick second to recap on the 4 inner planets that we've learned about. There's Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. Something the 4 inner planets all have in common is that they're mostly made of rock.
Now let's talk about the outer planets. The first of 4 outer planets is Jupiter. Jupiter is the biggest planet in our solar system and the first outer planet with rings. It is so big that about 1,300 Earths fit inside of Jupiter. Jupiter is mainly composed of gases, which is why it is also known as the gas giant. The big red spot on Jupiter is a huge storm. This storm has been active for at least 350 years. Next is Saturn. Saturn is the 6th planet and the 2nd largest planet in our solar system, and is also another gas giant. It has a rocky core covered with liquid gas. Saturn has a system of rings that go out into space for thousands of kilometers. Saturn's rings are made up of ice crystals. Since Saturn is mostly made up of hydrogen, it is less dense. For example, if we could fit Saturn in a bathtub, it would float. but that would be one big bathtub. Let's talk about the 7th planet in our solar system, Uranus. Uranus is a special planet. It spins laying on its side, like a barrel. Uranus has a system of faint rings, and it was the first planet discovered by a telescope. On Uranus, there is daylight for 42 years and darkness for the next 42. This happens because it takes Uranus 84 Earth years to go around the Sun. The last planet in our solar system is Neptune. Like the rest of the outer planets, Neptune has a system of rings. It is the smallest of the 4 gas giants. Since Neptune is the furthest planet from the Sun, it is said that Neptune completed its first orbit in 2011, since it was discovered in 1846.
And that wraps up the 4 outer planets. Now that you've learned about all the planets in our solar system, I'm going to teach you a neat trick to learn the order of the planets. It goes something like this. My very educated mother just served us noodles. My Mercury, very Venus, educated Earth, Mother Mars, just Jupiter, served Saturn, us Uranus, noodles, Neptune. And that's an easy way to remember the order of all the planets.